Hello and welcome to another segment of KONE Conversations, a podcast featuring one-on-one interviews with various employees and subject matter experts from KONE, a global leader in the elevator and escalator industry. I'm Kevin Metz. On a frequent basis, we have the opportunity to get behind the scenes with key players and those in the field for their unique insights and perspectives from KONE. On this episode, we're joined by Tom Kautz, Vertical Market Director for KONE. Welcome, Tom. Great to have you here today.
Hey, Kevin. Thanks. It's great to be with you.
Well, Tom, as we like to do with every guest, we'd like you to share a little bit about your day-to-day role at KONE. What areas of focus or what customers are you responsible for?
Yeah, Kevin. So as the director of the retail vertical market and residential retail market, obviously responsible for the retail and multifamily residential market segments. Day to day, my team and I deal with our customers in these market segments, really acting as an advocate for them to make sure we're delivering on our commitments that we've made contractually, helping them plan for future developments, modifications to their equipment and enhancements, and also certainly keeping them on task with what's going on in the industry.
Well, you mentioned KONE offerings in the residential as well as retail space. I'd like to focus in on the residential space. Last year's pandemic resulted in folks staying home and quarantining and basically spending more time in their high rises or multifamily or condos. As you mentioned, KONE works with these customers. What trends, issues, or challenges have you seen with this switch or the pandemic with residential customers?
Yeah, it's been a crazy year, hasn't it? I think with everybody staying at home, obviously we've seen a much higher use of the elevators and equipment at these properties. Certainly residential properties aren't known to be over elevated. They were designed based on how the tenants would use them and based on, pre-March of 2020. We've seen a much higher use and demand on the equipment. We've seen a lot of wear and tear in areas like push buttons for customers. The tenants looking at new ways to press the buttons because they don't want to use their hands. And certainly as a result of that, what we've seen is the impact that one elevator out of service would have on the remaining vertical transportation within a property. So we've really got to do a great job of making sure that the equipment is operating safely, running efficiently, and helping our customers provide solutions to meet the changing demands that their tenants are putting on the equipment.
Well, how does KONE technology look to keep things safe, efficient, and reliable in these complexes, or what do building management teams do to give residents and guests that peace of mind, whether they're touching buttons or the increased use of elevators as they do stay home?
Yeah, so over the past year, we've really been forced to look at elevators in a little bit of a different light, and KONE has developed a number of wonderful health and well-being solutions that we have taken to our customers. There's also some things out in the marketplace that are available to our customers that we help make them aware of, such things as KONE Remote Call. So our customers who have learned to use our smartphones in a much different way than we did pre-pandemic, right? Who doesn't know how to order on Grubhub or order your groceries today using an app? So the same would hold true for KONE Remote Call. So you go into a property and you're able to use your smartphone to pre-register an elevator call, so the elevator is there for you and knows what floor you're going to go to when you get on the elevator. Things of that nature. There's a nanoseptic button cover that our customers can purchase and apply to the buttons in the elevators. There's air sanitizers that can be installed to help with the ventilation. In addition to that, today you don't see an elevator full of people. They're limited to 2 or 3 people at a time. So that as well puts a high level of demand on the equipment. Pre-pandemic, KONE has developed solution around leveraging artificial intelligence our KONE 24/7 Connected Services is a wonderful solution that allows our customers and allows KONE to really be predictive in how we deliver service to the equipment. Let me give you an example. We had a customer who was having a great deal of problems with one of their elevators on the weekends. In fact, it got to the point where they were so upset with us that they were threatening to cancel the contract. And so what we did is we scheduled a meeting with them and we showed them the data that 24/7 was providing us. And what had ended up happening is the customer found that tenants were requesting use of the elevator on weekends to move in and out of the property. And that request was being denied by the management. And what was happening is the tenants were getting creative and taking matters into their own hands, blocking the doors. 24/7 allows us to see how long doors are open at a floor in any given time period. We were able to exactly dial down the amount of time the elevators were out of service, show the customer the time segments, show the customer the floors that these incidents were happening on, and without fail, it tied right back to the customers and those tenants that were requesting the use of the elevators on the weekends. So as a result of that, obviously it really validated what we were doing for the customer. It also emphasized the fact that we need to do better at communicating what we were seeing with the information. So as a result of that, two other elements that we provide our customers availability to, KONE Online and KONE Mobile, allow our customer to see when our technicians are on site, when they get there, when they leave, what they did while they were there, without even requesting this information. So such things as notifications via the KONE mobile app or reporting that can be provided through KONE Online really help keep our customer informed, provide a level of transparency that they previously did not take advantage of, and obviously helped bring to light the fact that we needed to do a much better job as the service provider communicating what we knew to our customers to help them do a better job of communicating then to their customers, the tenants.
That's amazing to hear that KONE has moved into a predictive model with respect to service, leveraging AI, and that it can certainly keep customers more informed than ever. Also great to hear about the health and well-being solutions. So thanks so much for sharing those. Have customers really started to incorporate those into their new projects or their new designs or retrofits as we move into 2021? I would love to hear your predictions for what these apartments and mixed use or condos are going to be seeing in the future.
Yeah, that's a great question. Certainly the customers are being forced, and use that with quotation marks, to look at these solutions because certainly they want their properties to be seen as healthy and safe. And so the more that they can communicate what steps they've taken to make the tenants, less concerned about, what may actually be available at the property they're in, the better they are. So it's certainly being designed into new properties. All of those elements are being looked at. And depending on, the local situations, every property is looking at each of these solutions that we talked about in a manner that would allow their tenants to feel safe and want to renew their lease or to purchase a new condo at that property. I also think you're going to see, because of the available space that's being put on the market from the change in retail behavior from the regional shopping centers, office buildings that may have some vacancy. I think you're going to see all these properties redeveloped to some extent that will include multi-use, right? Residential, office, data centers, recreational, all being within the properties to take advantage of the available space that's out there.
Well, we certainly hope that a lot of these residential environments take advantage of the health and well-being solutions to keep their residents safe and that peace of mind for sure. Tom, that's actually all the time we have for today. Really appreciate you joining us and sharing your insights from KONE.
Thanks for having me, Kevin. It's been a pleasure.
Be sure to visit kone.us and our YouTube channel for an archived copy of today's episode of KONE Conversations and for more information on the KONE solutions, technology, and innovations discussed today. Check out our social media channels for more information and upcoming guests with future podcasts. I'm Kevin Metz. Thanks for being here and join us again for more KONE Conversations.